Let us see how to download and install Metasploitable on VirtualBox. In the last lecture, we saw how to install DVWA in Kali Linux. We have to follow the same procedure. Go to your favorite browser and then hit download Metasploitable. There are two links to download. First is the information.rabbit.7.com, but in this case you have to enter everything, and work email the rapid7 doesn't actually accept @gmail.com emails, so it can be a pretty confusing thing. So I would prefer to download from sourceforgenet.com. So hit download and wait till the file gets downloaded. You can see my file is downloading and I am saving it in the download section. The file is 825 MB, so depending upon your internet connectivity, it will take around 30 to 45 minutes to completely get downloaded. Voila! I have fast forwarded the video and my file has been downloaded. Go to the download section and extract the contents. This will take time, be patient. All the contents of the Metasploitable now have been extracted. Navigate to the folder where you have downloaded the contents. You can see a folder Metasploitable, and you can also see different files. We are interested in the virtual machine disk format file. What's next? Go to the VirtualBox, click New, give the name as Metasploitable, select the operating systems as Linux, version as Ubuntu 64 or 32-bit depending upon your system. Okay, cannot create the virtual machine folder because the name already exists. So I will give a different name, Metasploitable application, or you can give anything you want. It should work, yes. 1 GB RAM is enough. Then you have to use an existing virtual hard disk. In the same way, you have to navigate to the folder, select the virtual disk image format. There you go, Metasploitable. Open. You have to choose it and then create. So you can see Metasploitable application has been created. Now click start. Before starting, you have to do not forget that you have to select the NAT network as we had selected in the previous lectures for DVWA. So wait till the Metasploitable machine gets started. This process will take really a lot of time, around 10 to 15 minutes, because you're going to start this machine for the first time. Turn on your Kali Linux machine and log in into your machine. Let us wait till Metasploitable starts. There you go. The login is MSF admin and password is also MSF admin. This is same as DVWA, isn't it? Yes. Type ifconfig to know the IP address. The IP address is 10.0.2.15. Now go to your Kali, log in into Kali. Do you remember the default password? Yes, Kali Linux. Yes, Kali. So now navigate to your favorite browser, which is nothing other than the Firefox browser available in Kali Linux. So go to Firefox, and then what you have to do is you have to type the IP address of the Metasploitable machine. So I am typing the IP address 10.0.2.15. You can see the IP address. Make sure you check and enter the correct IP address. Unable to connect. Why? Oh yes, if you have observed closely, I didn't configure the network issue. So I will turn off my Metasploitable by entering the password. And then what I will do is I will configure the NAT network for Metasploitable so that my Kali machine and Metasploitable are in the same network. So click settings, go to network, select NAT network and hit enter. Again start Metasploitable, again enter the password and then note down the IP address. Let us wait till my Metasploitable machine gets started. Starting these machines is a tedious task as they have to start all the services again. So MSF admin and password is also MSF admin. I will note down my IP address and my IP address is 10.0.2.14. If you see, the IP address has changed this time, so make sure you check your IP address for every installation. There we go. We have successfully installed Metasploitable, and this is a phpMyAdmin which is meant for hacking purposes. Then this dbwa, the same machine which we have installed on Kali. You can see it is same, but this is slightly a different version than the original dbwa because it doesn't have a few vulnerabilities haven't been uploaded here. So you can see all these vulnerabilities are present, and we are going to practice exploiting all of these vulnerabilities in the upcoming lectures. File inclusion, SQL injection, XSS, file upload, brute force, command execution, XSS stored, all of these we are going to try, and these vulnerabilities you should understand because these are the top 10 vulnerabilities. So let's go to Matilidae. Matilidae is another practicing machine for hacking. You can see they have OAP's top 10 vulnerabilities. If you click information, you may get entire documentation. So there we go. You have OAPs, cross-site scripting. You can see there is a lot of practice content available. So make sure that after watching the video lectures, you go to these machines and practice all of these vulnerabilities on your own. In the lectures, we are going to show you the basic exploitment, and we are going to tell you that you do not have to use these exploits or these hacking tools on legitimate live websites before taking the proper authorization of the personnel. Like suppose if you decide to use a hacking tool on, let's say, flipkart.com, you are legally not allowed to do that before prior consent, and that is why penetration testers always take permissions before doing any test. So if you perform this test illegally, you may end up in legal action, and that is why we always tell students to please take legal permissions before doing anything.